Good day, boys. Today we're going to be doing Mathematics 2. So you're going to take out a new book. Remember we used to do Maths 1 and Maths 2. So you take out a new book. We're doing Mathematics 2. And we are doing Geometry. We're doing 3D shapes. Alright? So first of all, we're going to review some shapes that we are familiar with. We're going to look at these shapes. We are all familiar with these shapes. Alright? We have, what do we call this one here? Can anybody tell me? It's a circle. What about this one? Before I turn it over, it's a square. What about this one here? It resembles a square, but it's a little different. This is a rectangle. And this one here, it's a triangle. Alright? We did both this square, circle, rectangle, triangle in our lower classes. Today we're going to move on to some different shapes. We're moving on to, these are what we call 2D shapes, because if you look at them, if I turn it this way to the edge, you see it's very, very narrow. It doesn't have any, so it's only two-dimensional. It has no thickness, so we call them 2D shapes. Now we're going to move on and look at some other shapes. First shape we're going to look at is this one. Alright. Now we have a next one here, which is similar to that one, but it's a little different. We put that one next to it here. Then we have a next one here. Look at this one here. What does it remind you of? This reminds you when I'm eating ice cream. Then we have this one. Alright. And then we have this one here. It's like a ball. Alright, that it could come in different shapes. It could come like, see, another one. It's smaller, but same thing. And even this one here, we have one here. Okay. So what are the names of these shapes? Can we figure out those? What are the names of these shapes? Let's start with this one here. It resembles this one. It's square, but this square is very thin. This doesn't have any thickness, right? You see it? This one does. What do you think you call these here? They are called cube. What's it called? A cube. Alright. I wonder what this one is going to be called here. What are we going to call this one here? What do you think the name of that one is? That is called a cuboid. Alright. Now, this one, you should know the name of this one because we use a shape like this when we're eating ice cream. We said we go by the ice cream man and say we want what? We could say we want a cup or we want a cone. So this shape here is the cone. Now this shape here, it's shaped like a tin. It may be shaped as a barrel. You may even have some tanks, water tanks in your homes that are shaped like this. And some of you may get the barrels from your granny or mommy may send from the United States. It looks like this. They call it a barrel, but we call this here a cylinder. What do you call it? A cylinder. And then we have this. We would say a ball. Huh? It's shaped like a ball, yes. They come in different shapes and different sizes, sorry. We have big ones, big as a basketball, big like the moon, big like the earth. The name of these shapes are called sphere. Alright, so we have cube, we have cube, we have cuboid, we have cone, we have cylinder, and we have sphere. Now, I'm going to show you another cuboid. Not all cuboids are shaped like this. You see this one has two square faces and some rectangular faces. We could have a next one here. This one has no square faces. All of the faces are rectangular, so this is also a cuboid. Alright, so all of these here are our basic 3D shapes. Now, today what we're going to look at the attributes of two shapes. We're going to look at the cube and the cuboid. We're going to see the qualities or the qualities that those two shapes have. These are we call those 3D shapes. Remember we said that these are 2D shapes because they have no thickness. We call these 3D shapes. Let's look at our cube and let's look at our square. Yes, the cube has a square face, but it also has some thickness. You see it? But the 2D shape has no thickness, it's very thin. Alright, it's flat. Same thing, let's look at the cuboid. The cuboid has a rectangular face, just like the rectangle, but it also has some thickness. You see it? Let's look at another cuboid. This has a rectangular face, but it also has some thickness. So it has two dimensions. The third dimension is how thick it is. So that's why we call it 3D shapes. So these are 2D and these are 3D shapes. Now, when we talk about these shapes, we talk about certain things about this shape. We talk about, we'll hear the word use edge, and you'll hear vertex or vertices. Vertex is one, vertices is more than one. So what's the edge? What is an edge? If you look here on my paper, you would see an edge. Edge is where two faces meet. So if where this face and this face meet is an edge. See it? Where this face and this face meet, it's an edge. Where this face and this face meet, it's an edge. Let's look at the cube. Where this face and this face meets here, it's an edge. Where this face and this face meets, this is an edge. So when you talk about edge, we're talking where two faces meet. But we also talk about something called vertex or vertices. Vertex is singular, vertices is plural. Vertices is where three faces meet. You see it here? Where three edges meet, sorry. You have the edge, one edge, two edge, three edge, and this here will make a vertex. Right? And this will be two vertices, plural. Where 1, 2, 3 edge meet, this is what you call a vertex. Right? So now we're going to look and see how many faces, how many vertices each of these shape. We're going to look at the rectangle, the cuboid, and the cube. So let's see how many faces the cube has. And you see the faces are square, right? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See it again? Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. So the cube has 6 flat faces. 6. All right. Let's look at the edges. Ready? Remember we said the edges where 2 faces meet. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did we mark all? So we can see the cube has 12 edges. All right. It doesn't have any, and the faces are flat. It has no curved edges. Now we're going to look at the vertices. All right. Remember, we said the vertices are where 3 edges meet. So let's see how many vertices this has in it. Ready? We're going to mark them as we count them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did we mark all? So it has how many? 8 vertices. Now, question asks, can a square roll? Let's try. No. It can't roll because it doesn't have any curved surfaces. Next, we're going to look at the cuboid. Let's go. First of all, the cuboid. How many faces does it have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has 6 faces. It doesn't have any curved faces, right? Now, let's look at the edges. Let's go. Ready? How many think this will have? Let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Did we cover all? Yes, we did. So it has 12 edges. Right? And vertices it has, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8. Kind of cuboid roll, and it's the same for this one. It have the same number of faces, just that the faces may shape a little different. This has square and rectangular. All of these faces on this cuboid here are rectangular. Alright? So now I want you to look around in the environment, and you're going to write down, get 5 things in your environment, in your home, what you ever see around you that have cube shape, and get 5 that has, write down the names of 5 objects that have shapes of cuboids for me. Alright? I would also send you another video to help explain this a little more. Thank you, boys.